How many of you guys feel like there's actually like a rule saying that you have to do foundation first and then your eyeshadow? No. It's actually it's an artist preference. There's actually no rule in any type of book saying that you have to do something first. Now, when I'm working with glitters and pigments, I do prefer to do the... But there's no rule. As long as you guys are always being sanitary. That's the biggest rule, right? It's the Color Clay eyeshadow primer. A eyeshadow primer. This is from Tarte Cosmetics.
You put it on the eyebrows too.
A little bit into the eyebrow because I do like a primer in the brow, so it helps make the brow product stick better. So I'm just applying this with the blending brush, as opposed to a hard, flat, synthetic brush. Yeah, I was here about a year ago, but I was here with Ruby Makeup Academy.
Oh, so you're not with them anymore, obviously.
Yeah, I am.
Oh, you are?
I do both.
Oh, what?
So you see, I do like to mix and match a little bit of everything. You know, I'm a MAC fanatic. I fell in love with MAC even since I was like 12 years old. I'm 28 now, but I will still use my MAC makeup with Poise makeup. So, you know, don't be scared and feel like you're obligated to just use one product. So, I'm not sure how you guys were taught how to pull product from pallets, but mainly what I like to do is I will use 99% alcohol, indirectly spray, and then get a cotton ball and wipe out each layer. Or you guys even have the option, you can get a spoolie and mill off the product. So you have both options. With one of my favorite flat brushes, I'm just going to pack in a very neutral matte shadow just to set the brow bone. Now with the blending brush, I'm using this color called Wedge, also from MAC Cosmetics. This is one of my favorite colors to apply in the crease area. Now can you do me a favor, look straight? I prefer to do this when the eye is open. Because if you've ever experienced doing makeup on a friend, when the eye is closed, they open their eye and it's just like it disappears. Because you applied it right into the crease. So when the eye opens, it gets pushed back. A little glam smoky, I guess you can say.
These are MAC shadows you're still using?
Uh-huh.
How do you make sure it doesn't go everywhere?
Don't apply too much at the brush. And that's exactly why I usually start with the eyes anyway, because sometimes I don't trust myself. So whatever falls out, I can just simply wipe off and just reapply the moisturizer. There's different types of blending brushes. This one is really soft. It's very, very flimsy. Now the darker the colors that I choose, I will choose more dense brushes. You guys know what dense means? They're tighter. Okay, it's a little bit more firm, because I don't want my darker colors to overblend.
And that palette you're using, is that an actual MAC palette, or did you put it together?
These are all MAC shadows in a MAC palette, and I have them all beautifully labeled. Again, OCD, crazy. I still prefer to use my taupes and browns in crease areas, and then I die for the shimmers that Poise has to offer. So again, that story, I was at IMAX last January. I was just enjoying myself, you know. I had a little bit of gin, and then so I walk up to the Poise counter, and I'm like, you know, what's this? What's going on? What's happening? Because I was really interested, and then right away they were explaining to me the product, and I just fell in love right away. And then for a long time, the cosmetic developer, she was trying to get me a job, and I was really scared because at that time I didn't know, is this like, how do I say this? Was it going to hurt Ruby? Like, I didn't want to hurt Ruby's feelings. And Ruby's like, go for it. So that's really nice. Ruby works.
Coming off the eye makeup, do you focus on the shape of the client's eye, or do you just go for the look?
I do. I always focus on the eye shape, so that's why I had her with her eye open in the beginning to kind of map out where the eye socket is. And now I can have her close her eyes so I can deepen and put more depth into it. Now I'm gonna work with a little bit of the with the poise. Like when you like run out of a certain color, you don't have to buy the entire palette again. These are all magnetic. Okay, so you just take it out, look at the color, and then you just order whatever color that you need to order. Just packing it right into the center of the lid. Now shimmers attract light, so that's why I like to put it in the center so it kind of protrudes out.
So this look with like a glam eye, that's something you would do for more like a magazine or still photography or event, right?
Yeah, it does depend on the occasion. Usually for glam, but it is something a little bit more editorial, a little bit more out there.
Would you say TV tends to be, depending on what the show is, TV tends to be like an episodic television show? That would tend to be like more natural, right?
Very, very natural. When you guys work on TV sets, the only thing you actually do is like mascara and powder.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to put an extra hint of light in there. This is Dazzle Lights from MAC, and I'm using a flat brush for that. So you see that extra pop of light? Well, tapping is kind of just like laying it on there. And that's all I do. I never really like sweep color. I always dab it in. Because I want to make sure that the eye base underneath it is grabbing everything. If you start sweeping, you just start like scraping everything off, and then you'll start to see skin underneath. So yeah, there is little tricks how to avoid from like taking makeup off. Now I'm just going to put a little bit more depth into the corners of the eyes. I've chosen a much smaller brush. This is a pencil brush. And I'm doing the dabbing. Because I want to keep this color nice and tight. I don't want it to expand. If I start doing this, then it'll expand and then I'll end up like raccoon eyes. So you guys had a cinema secret? Just a little recap. I used the bigger, softer blending brush to apply my first transition color in the crease, and then the smaller, denser brush to add in my darker colors. A flat brush to apply my lid color. I'm just using a little bit of moisturizer to clean up the fallout. As opposed to makeup wipes, I don't really like using makeup wipes too much. I feel like it leaves a weird residue. Less than that. Okay, so I'm going to give the eye a little rest, and I'm going to jump right into highlight and contour now.